Hello everyone. In today's video, we'll see into adapting communication style for diverse audience. The title, as it says, there are different types of audience we have come across. And how and what kind of a style that I have to use as per the face of the audience or as per the need of the audience. The first slide shows like what the content that we're going to look into in the forthcoming slides. Introduction, communication of fundamentals, audience analysis, communication style framework, academic communication, professional communication, digital communication, visual communication, practice scenarios, and final takeaway for the one who watches this video. In the introduction, first you have to set the stage. Set the stage as in you should know what the subject content that you're actually going to speak. Until unless we know what is the subject matter we're going to speak, it is very hard for us to convince the audience because everybody knows about the communication. So the basic idea here is set the tone, face, and the subject content. Communication fundamentals. So, what are the basic needs that is needed for a communication? Your communication has to be very much effective. If you ask me, if a person is going to talk a lot of content and if they're not going to reach to the people, then obviously it is not effective communication. Effective communication is nothing but the content which you deliver, it should not be exaggerated. It has to have minimalistic examples, easy and in a layman way so which your target audience can understand what you're trying to say. So these are the basic principles of having effective communications. Audience analysis. When it comes to the audience analysis, you should understand what is the level of the audience or what are they expecting from your own speech. For example, you're onto the stage and you want to talk about the effects of communication or effective patterns of communication. First of all, we should know what is the mode and different strategy that could be used for the communication. Until unless we know it clearly, it is very hard for us to make the audience to understand. When it comes to the audience, you have different age limit people who wants to listen to your talk. It could be like 5 years old or 50 years old, or people who are in the middle age like 30. So as per the knowledge level, intellectual level, we gotta speak or deliver our content. Communication style framework. There are different styles that you can use it when it comes to the communication style framework. If you want to speak academically, so you need to have a lot of factual informations and too much of academic oriented. In case if you want to do it in in the practical way, there's a difference. So when it comes to the framework of the communication, it differs from different style, place, and situation. Academic communication. So when it comes to the academic communication, consider that you're in a classroom, your classroom of eighth grade. So as per the level and the phase of the eighth grade, you gotta convey your own content to them. When you're into the 12th grade, the content may vary. It might be little more expanded and elaborated. But when it comes to the eighth standard, minimalistic approach is more than suffice. That is how you spend your academic communication. Academic communication is full of factual information, scientific information, and truth. That's how all the academic communication could be delivered. Professional communication. Imagine that you're in a professional field, for example, if you're working in a school. So when I work in the school, the people that I encounter are different. In case if I'm working in a college, the people that I encounter are different. There you see the people who are at the very starting stage of their life. When it comes to the college, people already had an experience in the academic field since they have finished till 12th grade. When they're stepping on to the college, the way that they want to explore the knowledge is it's quite different. They can learn on their own maximum. When it comes to the school, most of the time it's a spoon feeding. People in the current generation, Gen Z, there's no denial. Too much of AI tools has been provided in their hand. Despite of that, still teachers are needed. When it comes to the professional communication, when I have a communication with the people who are working with me in the school, or in the college, the way that they communicate are different. Professional way of dealing any subject matter or any conflicts, it is very much important. When it comes to the professionalism, we should not involve too much of sensitivity or emotional. It has to be perfect, rely only on the profession, whatever that we are into. There's no personal attachment should be there. Digital communication, which we are so much prone in using it, YouTube's, Instagrams, and any social media you take into example of that. Digital communication, you communicate to a person via digital forum. That's what you call as digital communication. Visual communication. So visual communications are more related with a cinematic way of dealing. How can I practice this communication in a better way? Take a scenario basis. You can do a role play. There are many methods where you can actually practice all this and then you can make your students to be a better communicator. So in the entire video, all that you could see is what are the different places and how you could mold yourself when it comes to the effective communication. Takeaway from here is one, always be attentive and be clear with your point, whatever that you want to deliver it. Make sure that it is very precise. Prepare it before you deliver the content and have the differentiation between academic communication, professional communication, and the normal communications that you set around. Thank you so much for watching the video.